Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for another premiere video that's going to be coming out on January 11th, so hopefully you'll enjoy this premiere video. This is actually for the next Marathon Studio album review that I'm doing in Bush's discography, the band Bush, the rock band, of course. And this is for their third studio album that I actually do own on CD for The Science of Things that I'm going to be reviewing for you guys and giving you my initial take on what I listened to with this album. So, I'm going to discuss what I listened to for the 1999 album, Bush, The Science of Things, and let you know my thoughts on their third studio album for this Marathon Studio album reviews video. So, let's dive right into this Bush, The Science of Things album review. Now, basically, it starts with the first song, Warm Machine, and pretty good start so far. I'm really digging this song. Um, yeah, I'm feeling a lot more of the melody than I did with the last song. I meant the last album, I meant to say. Because Razor Blade Suitcase wasn't my favorite album. It was one of the weakest, in my opinion. But still, War Machine did impress me. And I was really impressed with how it turned out, the first track on the album. So, 5 out of 5. Jesus Online is a solid track. Wasn't sure if I was feeling for it at first, but it took a little bit of time to settle in for my first listen. And then I started getting used to the melody of the song. Excuse my yawning. I started getting used to the melody of the song, and it kind of is a grower. It's something that's going to take time to grow on me. I got to listen to the album again, of course. So, yeah, 4.5 out of 5 for right now. The Chemicals Between Us is a solid track, too. It has a weird melody and a weird beat to it, but um, I think it works for what it's going for. It's good in its own way, but it does have its underwhelming moments with how Gavin Rossdale is singing the track at certain moments in the song. I don't know which part I'm trying to think of, but basically, yeah, the track is pretty solid, so 4.5 out of 5. English Fire kind of is reverting back to the Razor Blade Suitcase kind of thing, where they kept doing the repetitive. I'm only mentioning it because with Razor Blade Suitcase, they had a lot of repetitive lyrics that they were reciting so much, and that Gavin Rossdale was reciting so much while singing it, and it just didn't work. And this song is average. Instrumentally is great, but performance-wise with the overall song, it's gonna have to get a 3.5 out of 5 for me. It's not my favorite song, but English Fire just had the lyric All My Love that he was repeating so much, and it kind of got annoying for a bit. But 3.5 out of 5 for English Fire. Space Travel is a decent song. I wasn't sure if I was connecting with this song too much. I was trying to say I wasn't sure if I was connecting with this song too much because of the fact that Gavin Rossdale's singing in it is pretty strong, but it's just the lyrics they came up with this track. I don't know if it's clicking with me on a personal level where I can feel for the track. So I can feel for some of the melody, and it was kind of connecting a bit, and then it just disconnected when the lyrics came up, and it just was like, really? So 4 out of 5. 40 Miles from the Sun has a pretty groovy melody to just vibe to. I'm really enjoying this song. Um, so 5 out of 5 for 40 Miles from the Sun. I kind of like this song. It's got a laid back, like, drift off kind of song, zoning out kind of thing. You can like zone out to this song, and it's pretty cool. So Prize Fighter is a pretty solid track. It has some lyrics I don't know if I'm feeling for in certain moments in the track, mainly the verses. But I think overall, chorus wise, it's pretty strong. So 4.5 out of 5. The Disease of the Dancing Cats is the next song after that. That's a solid one too. I'm not hating it for what it's going for. It just has some weird lyrics for sure. Bush comes up with weird lyricism. That's for sure. But I think it works as long as the melodies and all that are constructed right and basically is well performed and all that. So 4.5 out of 5 for The Disease of the Dancing Cats. Don't hate this song. I think it's good in its own way. Just has its weak moments. Um, Altered States is a very laid back track for the start of it. And then it starts trying to get heavy a bit. And it does alright, so 4.5 out of 5 for this one. Gavin Rossdale's singing in it is not so bad. So I'm pretty much digging it. Dead Meat is the 10th song on the album, and solid track. It's good in its own way. Not hating it for what it's going for. I just feel that there are some disconnecting moments in the track with the lyricism, certain lyricism in the song. But other than that, pretty solid track. So 4.5 out of 5. Letting the Cable Sleep. I'm really feeling for the melody, and this is a pretty good song. So 5 out of 5. I'm really liking this song and how it's trying to entertain me with the lyrics, and also just the lyrics are on point, and also the melody is on point and doing pretty well over me. So 5 out of 5. Mind Changer is a solid track. It has some experimentation for the beginning of it with the drum work and some of the guitar work. And it's pretty interesting and I can dig it. But Gavin Rossdale's lyricism for the song, of course, is not so bad. So there are some weak tendencies in the song, weak moments. But other than that, there's not much bad with this song. It's a good closing track in its own way, so 4.5 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I think Bush the Science of Things album was a lot better than Razor Blade Suitcase. It's probably a little bit better than Razor Blade Suitcase. There was only English Fire and Space Travel that I had issues with this album, but other than that, mostly English Fire, and Space Travel was a little better than English Fire, but not to the point where I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. So, yeah. Overall, in my opinion, I think Bush the Science of Things album was an average listen. Not really hating this one. It's not so bad. So I'm a little bit impressed with this one. So for a score for me, I'm giving Bush's third studio album, The Science of Things, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. This was an average listen. It's almost good. That's the good thing. But I gotta wait to hear Golden State and see what I think of that, because I know some critics gave this album a D and mixed reviews, so it's had mixed criticism, The Science of Things, but I don't hate it. After listening to it, I'm a little bit more impressed with this album than Razor Blade Suitcase. Razor Blade Suitcase was trying to be a little unoriginal and also not feeling for the melodies with that album. But still, that's just my opinion at the end of the day. But this album was a little bit better uh, suited for me, and also, I'm trying to think of the right word to say it. It was just better song wise moments in the album, and just song structurally, it's much better. So 7.5 out of 10 for Bush, The Science of Things. Comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the Bush, The Science of Things album if you've listened to it, their third studio album that came out in 1999. And if you did enjoy this Bush, The Science of Things album review I did for you guys tonight, that is premiering probably at 1 a.m. on January 11th, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can. Support the channel. I will be returning to you for another review. That's going to be for the I think it's called Golden State by Bush. That'll be on the 12th. So definitely expect a premiere for that video, that review on the 12th. But I'm going to record it on the 11th. So hopefully you enjoyed this Bush, The Science of Things album review. Hopefully you enjoyed this one more than the Razor Blade Suitcase. I know everyone's got their own opinions when it comes to this band. But still, Bush is not a terrible band. They are good. But with that album, I just had some issues with Razor Blade Suitcase. I think it's okay, I just don't think it's amazing in any way, so yeah. That's my opinion at the end of the day. So stay safe, take care guys, hopefully you enjoyed this album review for Bush, The Science of Things. It is premiering at 1 a.m. on January 11th, so as always, I will see you in my next review.